Hi there. If you're watching this right now, you are about to learn a little bit about what to do once you have customers and once they've placed orders. Okay. So on my screen right now, you can see that I am on the Mary Kay In Touch website. This is your hub. This is where you go for everything. Okay. So the first thing that you're going to want to do after anything. So at a debut party, people have filled out a profile card. After a one-on-one facial, after a party, you have your referral card that has all of their information at the top, the products that they used at the bottom, and then you have a sales ticket with what they bought, right? So you have that all in front of you, and you're going to go up here to Business Tools, My Customers, and click on that. It's going to bring you to this page. This is where you are going to enter in everybody's information. And the reason we do this is because, God forbid, there's a fire at your house and you lose everything. Okay. So you've lost everyone's profile cards and everyone's sales tickets, and you have no idea what anyone has ever ordered. You have it in here. Now, if you're using the My Customers app that Mary Kay allows for phones, then anything you enter in there will automatically be transferred to your My Customers on the website. But I want to show you how to do this so you have a better understanding of how to place orders with Mary Kay. Okay, so now you are on My Customers and you are going to add a new customer. Oh, you can't even really see that. There we go. Okay, so you'll enter in all their information. There we go. Address, all makes sense. I leave these subscriptions up. What that means, Beauty News is a monthly newsletter that they will get mailed to them that just has information about products and new things going on. Like new tips and trends. Mary Kay e-cards means that I can send them an e-card on their birthday. And the product reorder reminders is an email that they will get when they need to reorder products. Now, if they choose to, they can opt out of these emails, okay? We are not signing up for this and then bombarding them with emails. It's just putting them onto like a server that Mary Kay will send them emails periodically, and they can always choose to unsubscribe or opt out of them. But I never tell anybody that I'm doing that. I've never had anyone have a problem with it. So then we go here, right? We want their birthday in there to make sure that we can recognize them on their birthday. The rest of this stuff doesn't, I mean, unless you want to know this information or, have it already, you could enter it in, but I don't spend too much time worrying about that. Here in the notes section, I write down every product that they loved from our appointment. Okay, that way I have a record, because let's say, a few months from now, someone calls you up and they're like, hey, I would really love another mascara. My job is to know exactly what mascara they ordered. I'm not going to say, great, what mascara was that? My job is to be like, awesome, yes, I will pop that Lash Intensity mascara in the mail to you tomorrow. I mean, how would you like it if any store that you ever shopped at always remembered what you ordered? And you could go in and be like, yeah, I want those shoes that I bought 6 months ago. And they were like, yes, of course, here you go, Mallory. Like, we are providing such an amazing service for them. So it's so important to have a record online of what they loved and what they tried, because I have had people come back and say, hey, remember that one lipstick I tried 3 months ago? I actually really want to buy that now. And because I have it written down, I know exactly which one they're talking about. So this is a great section for you to know, just to remind yourself about what it is that they loved. Okay, then we come down and we press Save Customer. I'm going to press Cancel because I didn't enter anything in there. Okay, so now you're here, and now we're going to add in an order, okay? So you're gonna press New Order, and all of your customers will pop up here, all right? So I'm gonna choose my friend Kara for right now. So I click on Kara. Now there are two options to fulfill this order. This is really important, you guys. So there's My Inventory, and then there's Customer Delivery Service. If you just finished a debut or you have product on hand, you will most likely always choose My Inventory. There's a reason you started your business with product on hand. So if you are fulfilling orders from a debut party, you're going to hit My Inventory. Even if there were things that you don't have on hand, like let's say 5 people ordered satin hands and you only had 4, you're still going to hit My Inventory, because Customer Delivery Service is going to ship them all of their products for you. Like, you don't even have to do anything. And that's not necessarily always the case. So you always usually want to choose My Inventory, no matter if they paid with cash, check, credit. If you have the products on hand, or if you know you're going to be placing an order in the next few days, use My Inventory, okay? So I'm gonna go through My Inventory first, and then I'll go into Customer Delivery Service. So on My Inventory, we're gonna go to Add Products. Now what's cool is, as you start to build more customers and as customers continue to reorder, there's this one called Previously Purchased. And now I could know everything that she's purchased and simply be like, oh yeah, I remember exactly what eyeshadow that was. But let's say she's buying something new. So to the search bar, I'll type in eye makeup remover and search. There we go. And I press add. There it goes. Okay. And maybe I'll add a lash intensity. And there we go. All right. So those are the two things that you ordered. Down here, it has the retail amount. Okay. So you go down. And now here's the payment. You have three options: credit card, cash, or check. If they paid with a credit card, you'll enter in their credit card information, the expiration date, and make sure to change this number. This number does not have tax or shipping included. So again, you can choose if you want to do shipping or not. That's your own choice because you are your own business owner. I personally give free shipping on orders over $75, but you could choose anything you want to. And if you've actually set up your website and you've already chosen what people can receive free shipping on, then make sure they correlate. But you want to change this to be the tax and shipping and then press process. Okay. So I'm going to close out of this right now. All right. So if she adds a cash payment, you'll enter in how much, but make sure to come down here and say that it is fully paid. Okay, otherwise you're going to have like a little alert on your Mary Kay in Touch saying, hey, this isn't paid yet, because they can't tell if they have cash or check if they've paid. So there we go. There's the cash. And now the check is kind of the same thing. You put in the check number and how much, and then you'll press fully paid. All right, so remove those. Okay, and then I could enter in a note here if I wanted to. Like she's trying out lash intensity for the first time, follow up in 2 days to make sure she likes it, something like that. And then you can choose follow-up reminders if you'd like to. All right, if you haven't already listened to the customer service audio in Pink Bootcamp, and you will be able to understand more about why follow-up is important and how to do it. So then you can either mark this as complete. It won't let me unless she's paid though, or I can save and review it for later. Okay, those are my two options. That is under my inventory. Now let's say that I just placed an order for some products that I needed to reorder, and I'm not going to be placing another order anytime soon. It does not make sense for me to order products from Mary Kay to be sent to me, and then I ship them to Kara. The best scenario is Mary Kay ships this to Kara because I don't have it on hand, and I don't want to have to wait a week or two in order to make this whole transaction done. Okay, so customer delivery service is Mary Kay's way of saying, don't worry, we'll send this for you. So it looks the exact same down here. Look, I have my oil-free eye makeup remover and the lash intensity, but here's the difference. I can add samples to this one. You can add up to 2 samples to an order through customer delivery service. And I think it's one of the greatest things because now you can follow up with them and say, hey, I hope you got your order. Did you try your microdermabrasion sample yet? So it's a great way for you to kind of get in front of them even more, have them trying more products. So delete whatever is in your search bar and come up here and press no cost. We don't want to pay for these samples. These are all of the free samples that you can add in. I personally always add in a fragrance because a lot of people don't know we have fragrances and I love them. So I add a fragrance and maybe I'm going to add the white tea and citrus hand cream. It's one of the little hand creams. That's always something to get people hooked on too because then they'll want satin hands. Okay, so down here, you'll see it has the 2 products she ordered, and there are my 2 free samples. Now, if you forget to do the samples, it'll actually remind you when you press continue to CDS, it'll say, oh, we saw you didn't put any samples. Do you want to add some? So continue to CDS. It will just change the address if it needs to based on the postal codes and whatnot. Okay, this page is a review. And down here is everything that you did. And now here you can choose what shipping you would like. I usually always choose $5.75 unless they need it even faster. Usually, though, it doesn't take up to 8 days for it to get to them. Mary Kay has to say that. So if it takes 8 days, they can't be, get in trouble for it. But I usually always pick the $5.75. So click whichever shipping you want and then click next. Okay, this page is letting you know that this is how much it costs retail. Your price is $16.50. The shipping and handling is $5.75. And down here is the tax. So the tax rate is $6 to send it to Kara. And so therefore that's the tax. Okay, so what this is saying right here is that it's going to cost you, like the consultant, $24.58 to send that. So just so you know, if you put in your credit card, your customer's credit card information down here to pay for it, what's going to show up in your ProPay isn't the total that I will actually charge her. It'll be the total minus $24.58, because that's how much it costs Mary Kay to send it. So it's like Mary Kay is already taking their 50%, and whatever is going into your ProPay account is your 50%. Okay? So you have three options here. You can use funds from your ProPay account. I don't suggest that, because hopefully you're using your ProPay account just kind of as like a launch point. It goes in there and then you move it to your bank account. The customer's credit card is always the easiest, but let's say they paid you in cash or check and you don't have money, you don't have their credit card information, but that money is sitting in your own Mary Kay checking account, then I would use your own credit card information. Okay, those are your three options for how you would do it. And then down here, you would enter in the credit card information, everything pretty self-explanatory, and the amount to charge the card. Make sure to always add tax and shipping. Okay, I am going to go out of this though and show you something else. Okay, so that is how I would do all of these. I'll press save and review this order. Okay, perfect. So there we go. And now if you go up to orders, you will see that Kara's order is there and it's pending because I haven't paid it yet. That's why it's so important to put if they've been fully paid or not. Okay, so we're going to my customers now. Let's say you just had your debut, right? You put in all of your orders on my customers or on the app, and therefore it's in the system. And now it's time for you to reorder those products. So what I want you to do is to make a list of everything that you sold at the debut, because you're going to reorder those products. Because if you started your business with product on hand, you need to restock your shelves. So if you have a list of everything that was bought, we're going to reorder it all. So what you would do is you would go to Mary Kay In Touch. So go to your home, ordering, online ordering, create a new cosmetic order. Okay, and if you want it to ship to you, so that's great, continue. And here we go. This is how you place an order for you for all of the products you need to reorder. Okay, everything is self-explanatory. There's the skincare, makeup, cheeks, eyes, everything is there. And you'll want to make sure that when you place this order, let's say here, I'm going to make it easy for you guys. I'm going to just put in we're going to get a bunch of cream eyeshadows, update my order, and you'll see as you go along that that's the retail amount. And here's the wholesale. So you're actually paying $35. Okay. I'm going to show you how to keep doing this. So shopping cart checkout. This is just kind of like a summary of what you have in your order. And it kind of says, what else you might like to order. Begin checkout process. So this just shows you kind of all the places that you're at, things that you can get, like star consultant level. If you are a certain amount away from the next star, it's going to tell you where you're at. It'll tell you all these other things too. And if you earn your bracelet on this order, it will show you your bracelet. So this is kind of like your reward page. Continue to checkout. Okay, so your retail amount right there. The wholesale that you pay is $35. Shipping and handling on an order we pay for ourselves is always $9.35, which is why it's really smart to be strategic on how many times you place orders in the month. If you have somebody who's like, hey, Mallory, I need a mascara and I don't have any, I'm not going to place an order like this because I'm paying $9.35 every time I do that, which is why for me personally, I place maybe 2 or 3 bigger orders throughout the month. So that way I'm kind of spreading it out a little bit more and not paying $9.35 every time someone needs something. So that's something to keep in mind. And then we have the taxable amount and how much taxes. And there we go. That is how much I will owe. We want to make sure this number is the 50%, or I'm sorry, the 50% of whatever the total was from your party, including tax. Okay, so if you have not already, go to Pink Bootcamp 2 and download the money management Excel sheet and listen to Allison's audio about it, because it will make a ton more sense what I'm talking about. But I wanted to walk you guys through how this looks, because sometimes it can be a little confusing to new consultants. So Let's say you get to this page and you're like, shoot, I forgot I need mascaras. No problem. Press add products. And now you're back here, okay? Now, if you go to the shopping cart and you get to this page, you can save this order. So let's say you're in the middle of doing this and something happens and you have to leave your computer. Save your order and you can always come back to it, okay? Save order. Save order. You can have a name for it if you want to. I never do, but you can. And then just press save order. And there you go. Now, how to find that is to go up to ordering, online ordering, sample saved orders, and there it is. Okay, so if you have any questions about placing orders or what to do after an appointment, ask your director, but always make sure to come back and reference this if you need any help. And I hope that you guys are now feel a little bit more confident about everything, and I can't wait to see what you do with your business.